Welcome back to Prayer Station. It's Friday, and again today we light our candle to remind us that God is present with us, that God loves each one of us, that God is light, and it reminds us that we are each God's beloved children.
So, yay Friday. We're so happy you've spent your week with us, and we know you've had a great week at Vacation Bible School, even though it's a little different, but we know you've had a great time. Today our word is grace. That's our focus word. We're talking about being loved and loving others, even when it's hard, even when you might have friends that are hard to love every minute of every day, and that's okay. You're trying to love them, and that's what God wants you to do. And so Dottie's going to show us some things that help us move through grace.
And one thing is recognizing and sharing our joys and our concerns. And I know we've done this together in church many times. And one tool is something that we hold in our hands that represents joy. And so I have the pinwheel that we've used in Sacred Circle before. And this is something to help remind us of something that's happened this week that has made us happy, made us feel joyful. And we can share that with the people around us, or we can keep it in our hearts and just share it with God. But God loves to hear everything that makes us happy and joyful. So I'd like for you to look around your house. I don't think we all have pinwheels. I don't have one at my house. But look around your house and find something that brings you joy. So we'll pause for just a moment while you take some time to do that. And we ready? I brought something that brings me joy. And this is a picture that my grandson Nate drew for Nana and Papa Pete, and I keep it on my refrigerator, and every time I go to the refrigerator and open it, it reminds me of the joy of my grandchildren and family. And so that is a joy that I want to give thanks to God for every single day. So I hope you have something in your hand now, and you can take a moment and think about something that brings you joy and share that with God. But we know that things aren't always joyful. There are times when we feel worried, when we feel sad, and those are important times to recognize as well and know that God is there to share that sadness with us, share that worry, share that anger, the feelings that we have inside. And so when we're at church, we have this candle that we hold in our hands as we remember something that might have happened that made us sad or that we're worried about. And we know that God is always with us and is there to give us comfort and to hear the things that we're worried about. So just like the something that brings you joy, let's take a moment and find something that brings you comfort that you can hold on your hands, in your hands, as you share with God, maybe something that happened this week or before that, or something that you're worried about that might be happening in the future, and we can take a moment for you to share that with God. So I brought this angel that a wonderful member of the church gave to me many years ago, and I have it in my home. And this angel reminds me of God's Spirit, and it reminds me that God is always with me and is there to comfort me and help me when I'm feeling sad or lonely or upset. So as I hold this, I can offer those prayers to God. So take a minute now and offer your prayer to God. So now I'm going to pray with you, and we'll have a prayer, and you can remember the things either that you said out loud, maybe to someone with you if you wanted to share that joy and that concern, or that you held in your heart. So gracious God, we give you thanks for the light of your love that is always with us. Help us to share your light and love with others. Amen. So thank you for taking some time today with joys and concerns. And now Miss Julie's going to talk about family prayers.
So, some of you might have a fun family prayer that you do at dinner. Maybe it's an exciting one. My son told me that he knew a prayer called the Superman prayer that I don't know how it goes, but it was super fun. And I asked both of my children if they remembered any prayers from when they were younger, at school or just with their friends, or that we used to say at dinner time. And they remembered the prayer that they said at the Learning Tree at preschool. And you might know that one. I'm gonna sing it for you. And it's called, it's about the Lord is good to me. So they said, it goes like this. Oh, the Lord is good to me. So I thank the Lord for giving me the things I need, the sun and the rain and the apple seed. The Lord is good to me. So that was fun for them to think back and remember those prayers that they had said together with all of their friends in their happy Learning Tree spot. And you might have some that you do for fun for dinner, and you might have a special nighttime prayer that you do together, and those are so special and so wonderful. And we just really encourage you to do those, because those can bring comfort to you any time of the day. And so you do those prayers together as a family, but one thing that is important to do is that we also pray for the people in our family. Sometimes we look outward and pray for people that are outside of our family, people that we can see that are hurting, and that's wonderful, and we definitely need to do that. But it's important to remember you have people right beside you that might need your prayer. So I decided to make something fun for us to remember how and remind us to pray for our families. So you can do the very same thing at your house. Just have your mom or dad or somebody print out a picture of your family. And I did that, and I cut out everybody's face. So here's some people in our family. And I put them, I just glued them on some craft sticks, and they look great. And so for our family, praying for our family, what we decided to do is each of us we'd keep them in this little jar, and so each of us would take a family member for a day or for a week or however long we wanted, and we would keep the stick person with us. So maybe you like to keep it next to your bed. Maybe you pray at nighttime, so you put your person next to your bed. Maybe you like to pray when you're brushing your teeth in the morning. So you can put it in your bathroom, and you can pray for that family member while you're brushing your teeth. There's lots of different ways to pray for others, and this is a great way to just remind us who we're praying for. And we just trade out and pray for someone different whenever we have that person on the stick. So you can keep that at your house. Praying for your family members can be just as simple as praying for anyone. We can say, thank you for Sarah Grace. Please help her with her lifeguard class this week. I know it's very hard, and she's doing a great job. And anytime that you're thinking of others and praying for them, they feel that, and they know that God is with them and that God loves them. So we wanted you to remember that you are a beloved child of God. Your family is also a beloved child of God. The people in our community, they are beloved children of God as well. And so together we want you to pray with us. It's going to be exciting, so you're going to have to stand up for this one.
Before we do
Oh,
that,
yes.
I forgot to ask Miss Julie what she brought for her joys and concerns, because I want you to have an idea. It can be different for each person. So, Julie, do you mind sharing what you brought for your happy?
Okay, so here's my happy. It's actually a bowl that says happy, and a spoon that says happy. And there's several reasons why this makes me happy. One, because it says happy. Two, because there's usually chocolate in it, and so I can just scoop out some chocolates during the day. That always makes me happy. But the most important reason it makes me happy is because it's from Dottie. Dottie gave it to me, and she is my friend. So when I look at this, I think of Dottie, and I think how she cares for me, and that makes me feel happy. And so this was my happy for my house. And so, like she said, everybody's happy things look different. And so she had a drawing, I had an object, and so anything can make you happy. And the thing that brought me comfort, actually, Miss Carrie, Miss Carrie made this for me. And you probably have some at your house. We made these at the Lenten celebration, family Lenten celebration. And so Miss Carrie made this for me before I even got there. She's super kind. And so it brings me comfort because it has everybody's name from my family, and it has these beautiful words that we put with each member of the family. And so this not only brings me comfort when I read it, but it also brings everybody comfort in my house, because Brian feels really happy when he sees that my world is better with him in it. And so that brings him comfort. And so that's what brings me comfort at my house. And we just keep this on the island in the kitchen, and we turn it different ways during the week. And so everybody has something different. And for fun, because sometimes we forget to look at it all the time, we've started turning it this way so it makes it looks different. And so if you have one of these at your house, you might want to try it. And then we just stack it up like that. And so we remember a different way, and it always brings us comfort. So
Thank you, Julie.
yes,
And
thank you.
we know that God hears our prayers and loves our prayers in the many, many different ways that we choose to pray.
So we're going to say the words, "You are a beloved child of God," with you, and we're going to say it 3 times. And the first time we're going to whisper it, and the second time we're going to say it in a normal voice, and the third time we're going to shout. Okay, so let's try it all together.